Yo, it's your bro, Ian today. But do yet another My Hero What If. This is What If Deku was the reincarnation of Itachi Uchiha. Let's get into the story. This will all start off with Itachi and Sasuke beating the brakes off of Kabuto. Itachi dips, he opens his eyes, and he realizes he's being held by Inko as he realizes he's a baby. He's like, oh shit. So as Deku would grow up, he would basically realize that he does have chakra. So when he would go to the doctor, the doctor would say that, yeah, his quirk is kind of unexplainable. It's really weird because it's like the quirk is there, but it's only on the inside of his body. We don't really know how to use it because they don't even have a concept of what chakra would be. And the doctor would basically say, we don't even know how he would use it or what we would call it or what to actually do with it. So Deku would speak up and say, chakra, that's what we're gonna call it. As the doctor would say, okay, I guess it's called chakra. As Deku would grow up, using it a lot of the times and meditating and realizing that he has a lot more chakra than he did in his past life, because the last thing he was Edo Tensei. So as Deku would basically start using chakra a lot more and more, he would train up to at least the Tomoe Sharingan. Deku would have it, and this is at the age of 7. A 3-year time skip. Fuck it up. So Deku would pretty much realize that I have the Sharingan. And that's kind of mind-boggling because he knows he's not Uchiha, but maybe it just passed on. So Deku would realize, okay, this is pretty cool. So I'm probably just gonna get to the 2 or 3 tomorrow. I ain't trying to go as far as Mangekyo, because he's worried about being blind. As Deku would basically see, okay. So maybe as, this thought is being cut off from his dad actually, pretty much telling him to come with him to go get groceries from the store. As they're pretty much going on this little trip, the dad would stop by a bank to get the money to buy the groceries from the store. So, they getting that. And let's say they get robbed, or at least the dad does. He gets pretty much shot, robbed. They take the money. They pull Deku out the car. When they break the window, they pull up out the car, and they dip off with the car. Deku just like, damn, that's kind of tough. As Deku would witness death once again, and he would get his Tomoe Sharingan. As Deku would start breaking down and crying because that's his dad, and the light would leave his father's eyes as Deku would kneel down, crying in his eyes in pain. Deku's wiping the tears, and he would see that his vision is really blurry. All he would remember that, he woke up. He woke up in the hospital with bandages around his eyes, and Deku, once he would wake up, he would start freaking out as he would see, or as he would not be able to see when he opened his eyes. Because these shits were tight. So Deku realized, oh, they're just bandages. And as Inko would be alerted by Deku panicking, she would basically try to calm him down as he would start asking where was his father. He can hear Inko shedding tears and kind of crying over. And before she can even say it, Deku say he's dead. As Inko would just nod her head and say yes. As a nurse would come in to the room and say, "Well, I think you might be good for a couple more hours. So I think you may be I think you may be able to take the bandages and take the bandages off." Deku would attempt to, and he would do it really fast because he realized his eyes are really hurting. As he would basically see he would start blinking and he would basically regain his vision, and every now and then it would get blurry, but now he's totally fine. This is about a month later, and he's still dealing with the problems of him losing his father. All he remembers is what I just told you. He fell to the ground and collapsed, and he woke up in the hospital. Deku's thinking about this as he's pretty much being brought to school. People really knowing about his quirk, but Deku didn't really talk. He just kind of sit in the back. They didn't really knew about it. So Deku would grow up training a lot because he knows that I don't know, he doesn't know why he keep on having these dreams. It was about this ninja world, and Deku is basically writing about it every single time he wakes up. He's writing about it along the way to going to school. He's writing about the whole story. He's literally writing the Naruto story itself. He's just having flashbacks around it. Because Itachi was alive long enough to know about how Naruto was living. So it just kind of and plus he was kind of spying on him because he was trying to get that sweet nine tails, you know what I mean, that nine tails, that So yeah, Itachi came to check on him once again. He tried to kill his family, but he realized, oh, they're already dead. So yeah, Deku is basically writing about the whole Naruto story because he keeps on having dreams. This is happening throughout his whole life ever since his Tutomo Sharingan. He never really told anybody, but he has a complete story. As Deku is starting to remember these memories. This is the weird thing, because he's actually remembering these. Usually when he would have dreams, he doesn't remember them at all. But not these ones. Deku would eventually get to school, because this is a time skip again. And this is about the time where middle school would be, about to end in a couple of months, as Deku is pretty much doing all of his assignments, and Deku, would basically finish all of his assignments for the morning ones, and the teacher would say, "Okay, y'all can all dip now. Go to gym." So yeah, Justin Uchiha, I know you're watching this, bro. You said this might have been cool, so I'm gonna slide this in. So yeah, Deku would basically go and activate Tsutomu Sharingan because he ain't trying to lose. He don't like losing. So Deku would activate that, and he would go out and he basically looking down because he ain't trying to have nobody see that to Tomoe. As Deku is about to get pelted with a ball because he's not paying attention, and somebody like in animes, they just screamed out, "Oh, you should have been paying attention!" As Deku would look up at the ball in pity, with pity in his eyes, grab the ball. He would spin around, throw it straight at the head. Within a second of them even throwing it back. At this point, more people are throwing more balls at Deku. At this point, he's even dodging them, flipping over them, or even just catching them. He catch 2 balls. Yeet, yeet. He just threw them both at somebody's head. They're both knocked out. He already has 3 points. He's fucking going crazy. He's working with Bakugo and other people in the class. He don't even like Bakugo. He's just that good that he can work with anybody. Fuck. Bakugo, he's open. He don't got a ball. He just yeet one right towards him. Bakugo grab it. He smirk. He just fucking from the deep smacks it down on the ground. Somebody gets hit. They got bodied. Takes a player out. And though he pretty much adapts with everybody in the class, bodying each and every he just bodying everybody. Fucking what 51-0 at the end of the game. Like, they're fucking going crazy. They getting hype. Bakugo's over jumping up, passing balls to Deku. He over doing this LeBron James shit, just jumping over people. Like, damn. Like he's everywhere. So yeah, Deku, he just wrecking shit. He's just wrecking everybody. He just crossing them up. Like, he's too fast, so they just get their ankles broke. So yeah, that little segment would basically end 51-0. Deku won easily. He had 41 points. he was putting in the work. So yeah, everybody felt like they were actually doing anything, but Deku was doing all the heavy lifting. So eventually, throughout time of them going back and forth to school, Deku has finished writing about the whole Naruto series. He would know about many of the jutsu, like the Rasengan, and, Chidori, and multiple other jutsu. As, these would come to him, and he would start using these. He would basically start fucking doing, he would start doing multiple jutsus, and yeah, he just got it like that. So time skip throughout the 2 months where he gets exposed for going to UA. That pretty much happens. Bakugo and him are not really friends. Deku just works good with everybody because he's just that good. So, Bakugo get pretty mad. He says, "Oh no, you can't go to UA, you bite. You fucking weirdo." As, Deku don't pay attention to him. He don't even know who he's talking to. He doesn't identify as Deku, and so he don't respond to Bakugo, and he just leave the class, and eventually he would body flicker about a block and a half, and he would basically be about to enter the tunnel. As he's about to exit it, the sludge villain was about to grab his foot. Deku would look at it, and he would put him into a genjutsu. This genjutsu would basically be the sludge villain in the pit. Then poof, shadow clones, multiple of them. 26, just to be exact. And they're all doing fireball jutsu. The hottest ones that Itachi can produce. Burning the sludge villain alive. Deku's just staring at the sludge villain as the sludge villain is screaming out. He's pretty much screaming out help as All Might would basically pop out the sewers like the fuck. As he would just see the sludge villain not in real but not looking like he's in any pain, just screaming for no reason. All Might would contain it, and well, he would give Deku an autograph as Deku would say bye. As well, Deku would realize that there's a phone number out there, and well, he would body flicker home. He wouldn't. He was about to body flicker home. He body flickered halfway, and he would hear the explosion. He would go over and see his Bakugo, and yeah. He would basically just body. He would just body, I guess. He would just body the sludge villain again. No, the sludge villain, he would just let it go and get fucking bodied and went to the police. So yeah, that's over and done with. So now Deku would start his training after calling the number from All Might, and they would go to Degama Beach. They would start the training, they would start doing it, and Deku would just make 1,000 shadow clones, and they're using all their strength to, basically start pushing all of the trash. So yeah, they pushing heavy shit. So Deku is pretty much doing that in about half a day, and All Might's pretty impressed. So on the second day, he would tell him about the whole injury thing, and during this, Deku hears injury, and he hears that he can't really be number one for long. So he just says, "Hey, All Might, do you want me to heal you?" As Deku would say it, All Might would just look in this confused way. He would say, "Please do," as Deku would perform healing jutsu. Since Deku has so much chakra because he was last at Edo Tensei, he would body that fucking he would body. Oh my god, the fuck is that? Damn, fucking wind is blowing. Fucking tornado outside, bro. This whole shit about to be blown up. Well, I was about to say that he would basically heal All Might, and All Might would be pretty much congratulating of him. So time skip throughout the rest of the 10 months because All Might does not need a successor because he got healed. So yeah, they would eventually get to the UA entrance exam, as Deku would basically see, okay, this is gonna be easy. As Deku would go to, the written exam and do it pretty easily. He wouldn't fall, so he wouldn't meet Uraraka that way. Yeah, he would just do it pretty easily, leave, and go to the explanation for the robot exam, and he would be in there, he would mutter his plan, Ida would tell him to shut up, he would just genjutsu to him, they would wake up right in front of the gate, Ida being confused, looking for Deku. As the gates would open, Deku would speed past Ida, and he finna body. I had to rush that little segment because I'm not doing it. I only got 3 minutes left. So, yeah, Deku, he would basically start deploying 100 shadow... No, he would deploy 10 shadow clones, and they're all, just going to different places, messing shit up. As people would think that he would have, clone quirk, as he would basically do that, but most of the shadow clones are using different jutsu, like fire and fire. So there people would think, he has 2 jutsus, 2 quirks, as Deku would, since he would know other jutsu, like from Naruto, the whole series, and at this point Deku just wrote out the whole series. So yeah, Deku would know of the fucking he would know the Rasengan, so Deku was doing Rasengan. So people would think that he has 3 quirks, and it just keeps on adding up as more jutsu as Deku goes. Like fucking ear needles, like he's doing all types of shit, flipping over robots, fucking busting robots' heads. And like, bro, he's just fucking doing this shit. As Deku would basically, well, all of his shadow clones would deploy, would stop being shadow clones, and they would just go away into smoke. As Deku would basically dust himself off, and he would say, "Too easy." As he would hear a scream, and well, Deku would start running towards the scream. As Ida looks past him, he says, "Come on, kid, you're crazy if you want to fight that." As Deku would say, "Fight what?" As he would look up, as Ida is pointing at the zero pointer. Deku would say, "Oh, that? Okay." As Deku would say, "I'm gonna use Sasuke Jutsu." Or, Sasuke's, Kakashi's, whatever the fuck you want to say. He says he pretty much wants to use Chidori. So he would put his hand like near the ground. He would start using the Chidori, and he would pretty much drive into the ground and jump up and take off the head with it, and jump off the chest and do a flip, land onto the ground, walk up to Uraka, take the rubble, and do some healing jutsu and heal her, and say bye to her and dip. As people don't even know what the fuck just happened. So yeah, Deku would eventually realize, oh, he got in pretty easily. So he would leave to go to his next day of school, and he would see, okay. He would eventually find the class after looking for a couple of minutes, and people would start talking to him. He would talk about quirks and other things, as Urako would come into class and, well, say thank you. As they would all get outside after fucking, well, Aizawa is pretty much telling them to shut up. They would all leave and get outside. And yeah, Deku would get thrown that ball. He takes the ball, and he can, I'll just say I don't want to offend anybody, so I'm just gonna say he hits infinity. So yeah, Deku's just the fastest and strongest, so he would just get this first place and everything. So yeah, he's just that good. He's just that good. God, what the fuck was that voice crack? Damn. The fuck? Okay, I'm out.